Okay, Gracie. Hi, everybody. My name is Margaret. I have Jubilee here with me, and it is Sunday morning, so it's very chill usually on Sunday mornings here at the sanctuary. So, we're just going to go through and feed our mammal room. I'll introduce you to some of the mammals that we rescued, and we're going to go ahead and feed everybody, check on waters, do any cleaning if we need to. So, come follow me along this morning. And Jubilee, she's starving. Are you starving? Good girl. All right, I'm gonna move the camera around a couple times just so that you guys can see the different animals that I'm working with. So I'm gonna start over here with the rabbits. And again, we are Sunset Wildlife Connection. So we are an exotic animal rescue and community outreach program. So we rescue exotic animals and then we train them to become ambassadors for their species. And then we do outreach programs, and that includes outlets like YouTube, like what we're on today. So we are a new partner with a ReelTime Animal Rescue. So thank you guys so much for having us as one of your new partners. It was been a crazy week. I have only done another live stream, so hopefully I'll start to get more into it as we start getting into later summer. But it was crazy with like the holidays and family and going out of town and all that stuff. So yeah, come with me to follow along. We're going to start with rabbits, like I said. So this is Rocky. We're going to come change her water because there is poop in the water. Obviously not good. So I'm going to take out the poop and then I'm going to go into the other room and change it. So I'm going to turn on the lights. I can see a little bit better now. So I use these for my rabbits instead of like the little bottles with the little nub on it. This is a lot better for rabbits because they just drink better from a bowl, but it's nice because then we can fill it. We don't have to constantly be filling a bowl. They also spill it a lot. It's not good for rabbits to get wet. So we use these and I love them. They work really, really well. I found these at PetSmart. I'm sure you can find them on Chewy or Amazon or wherever you find animal products. So I'm pulling any old bowls from yesterday. This is an old produce bowl. I'm gonna go get her some pellets. And then all the animals get enrichment for the day. So today's enrichment is actually food. And since it's summer and it's so hot, I'm going to give them frozen fruit. So I'm gonna go grab that. But first I'm gonna refill her hay and make sure she has enough hay for the day. I'm gonna go get the frozen fruit real quick and I'll be right back. So we had a large donation of produce. So I've got carrots, banana, and apples in here that are pre-frozen. So I'm going to give her one of these. What do you want? You want a carrot or you want an apple? This is Rocky. She is a lionhead rabbit. You want an apple? We do. Fix her towel a little bit. And then she's going to get a good deep cleaning tomorrow. We'll change her towel and do all of that. Next, we're going to switch over to Adrian. Adrian is this white rabbit down here. So I'll try to move it a little bit and show you her. That's Adrian. So we let the rabbits have access to the room. They're both unspayed, so they cannot be together, unfortunately. Hopefully we can raise enough money one day and we'll be able to actually house them together. But for now, this works. But one will get access and then the other one will get access. Adrian is out of water, so I'm going to go get her some new water. Fresh water for Adrian. Oh, are you mad at us? Adrian is a Florida white rabbit. She Came to us about 2 years ago. So we've had her for a little while now. We got her pellets. Good girl. And what do you want? You want an apple too? Hmm? She's like, I just want pellets, lady. But I'm going to leave her open so then she can have access to the room. Since Rocky was out all night long. So I know this is the mammal room, but we also have one reptile in here. This is Rio. He's actually not ours. We are just watching him for a friend. But I see his old salad bowl from yesterday, and I don't want him eating any of that since it was obviously from yesterday. I'm going to pull out any of the old stuff. Hi. What are you doing, buddy? Hello. I see a little bit of poop, so I'm just going to take some chlorhexidine and clean it real quick. It's kind of dried up, but I just like them to, I like the bearded dragons to have really clean enclosures because they're very dirty if you don't. Okay, you have to move over though because you're sitting right on top of it. Yes, you are. Come here. Come up here. Oh, look how poofy. Oh my gosh, are you mad? I'm sorry, didn't mean to make you mad. So this is my cleaning agent of choice. I talked about it in my last video when I deep cleaned the birds. What are you doing up there? Much better. Much better. Hi, babies. You can see a little bit better. Okay, now we're gonna do the prairie dogs. So this is Zeus and Jubilee. I'll talk about them once I feed them because otherwise they're just gonna be crazy. But I'm gonna go get their pellets really quick. Here I come, babies. Watch out. Oh my goodness. You have to move. Hi, baby. You want to cuddle really fast? You want to cuddle? Feel like we just want to eat. We don't want to cuddle. Come here. You want to say hi? Oh, are you going to say noises? You're not going to? No, you're so sweet though. Yes, you are. Okay. Now they're like much calmer. Yes, you are. So this is Jubilee. And she came to us from the Wildlife Sanctuary of Northwest Florida. They had somebody bring them in, but they're a wildlife animal sanctuary and a rehabilitation center. And we're in Florida where prairie dogs are not native. So they took her in because she was in really bad shape, but obviously they couldn't release her back into the wild. She is more than likely not a wild prairie dog. She was more than likely bred in captivity to be a pet. And then either she got out of somebody's house or they released her, which again, she's a non-native and she was raised by people. So two things that would help her obviously not do well out in the wild. She was then attacked by somebody's dog in their backyard. They scooped her up and took her to the wildlife sanctuary. And then they contacted us because we do more exotics and ex-pets versus rehabilitation and release into the wild. We leave that to the rehabilitators and then we do more of the exotic pet side. So that's Jubilee's story. Zeus has a little bit less of a dramatic story. He was just bought by somebody and it was a family, and prairie dogs, although they are very cute and they do cuddle and stuff with their caretakers, They are a very hard pet to own. They are very high energy. Before they started eating, you guys saw them being like super crazy and running around. And that is very normal. This is a species that I do a double enrichment. So I'll actually give them 2 enrichment items a day, whether it's newspaper, cardboard, food, whatever it is. I have to give them 2 a day because if I don't, they are just wild and they'll get very bored. They're a very high energy species. So that is not good for being a pet. And then it's also not great for kids. They had 2 little boys in their home, and Zeus had bit multiple people. They didn't really have the kids handling him very much because he would get kind of aggressive with the kids. He broke out of his cage. They didn't have him in the proper caging. He would break out and then chew all of the floorboards. He actually like got into the wall, they said once. So they're very, very destructive if you do not give them enough enrichment. They're also not providing the perfect diet. They gave him a good diet, but it was not. It was full of seeds and things that are very high protein, and he was very overweight. He was also not getting hay, which is also a normal part of a prairie dog's diet. They are mostly on herbivore, though they do randomly go through and they'll eat a worm or something, or like a bug, an insect every once in a while. So they are almost strictly herbivore with that little bit of insect intake. But he was, again, not really on the proper diet, so a little bit less of a dramatic story, more of an overweight animal that we had to put down into proper food and a proper weight. Where Jubilee, the one back here, she was definitely for sure a rescue case where, again, she either escaped from somebody's house or she was released, which is not good. Please, if you are going to get an exotic animal, reach out to an animal rescue like us instead of releasing your animals out into the wild, because they do not do well when they have been raised in captivity. Hopefully most of you guys know that. All right, well, the rabbits got apples, so you guys are going to get apples too. Ooh, are you so excited about the apple? No, we're not excited about the apple. Okay. I'm also going to go get them hay, and then I'm also, like I said, going to give them another enrichment. Let's give them this big box. Here, I'll kind of show you a little bit down here where it's much messier. Prairie dogs compartmentalize. So in their wild, they'll have tunnels and specific homes for specific things. Well, it's kind of like our homes, honestly, because they'll do like a bathroom, they have a living space, they have a nursery, they have a food pantry. Like they literally have little homes for everything. So they'll do that even in captivity if given enough space. So I'm just gonna give them a little bit more hay down here. They're doing some nesting, even though these I'm pretty sure are both boys. They're doing nesting behaviors. So you can see that there's actually hay up here that they have drug up here and put into their homes, preparing for babies, but there's going to be no babies here. That's all like. Okay. Now, next, we're going to move on. I did check their water, but we are going to move on to this is Raichu. He's around here somewhere. There he is. He's way down here. Maybe he'll come up though. We're going to just kind of come through. We're going to take this out, move some things around, maybe sweep a little bit up here. So this is Raichu, and he is a chinchilla. And chinchillas are in the rodent family. So he is related to a rodent. They are from South America, though. And again, we are in Florida, and it is summertime. It's very hot. So we have to have this on his cage. This just shows what the temperature is and what the humidity is. The temperature is what I care a little bit more about is with this specific species, because he cannot be over 80 degrees. So because he can't be over 80, right now we're at 77. That's good. You guys could probably see the fan earlier. So we do have a fan. We'll also give him specific things like this rock down here is a granite, and so he can actually go on here. He has the metal here that he can go on where he can get himself to be a little bit cooler. Let's see if I can figure out. Oh, you're gonna run from me. Where you can go? Where you can go? Hey, here. Say hi to me. Say hi to the camera. This is Raichu. He, again, is a chinchilla. He, I think, is about 8 now. We've had him for about a year and a half almost. In August, it'll be 2.5 years. Sorry, 2.5 years. And these guys again are from South America. They have one of the thickest fur that out of any of the animals in the animal kingdom, and that means that they can't get wet. So the humidity is important as well for this species, but it usually doesn't get too humid in the house. So that's good. Right? You're very cute though. Okay, let's feed him. All right, so Raichu gets a pelleted diet, but because he is a chinchilla, they do not get any produce at all. So because of that, he is actually going to get old-fashioned oats, and this is his treat. So this is what I use for training, or I will use it for enrichment for his food day, because they have very sensitive stomachs since they live so high up in the mountains down in South America. They have a very unique diets because it's obviously a high elevation. There is not as much plant life. There's a lot more snow. It's colder. That's why he can't be over 80 degrees. And again, that's why he has a very sensitive stomach. So he cannot get fresh produce or, sorry, that's my phone, or wet produce. So that is why he will only get the pellets and old fashioned oats. He also does get hay. So he will get a Timothy hay as well as orchard hay. So for his enrichment, I pulled out his bowl, but I'm actually going to spread out all of his food for the day. That is something that encourages scavenging. So you saw me not even use a bowl for the prairie dogs as well, which they are over here. Oh, yep, they're over here eating. So I do that for them too because it does encourage scavenging, which is really important for captive exotic animals. So he's like looking for the food. He's like, lady, where are you? Come here. Want an oat? Oh, you do want an oat. Yes, you do. I actually trained Raichu how to spin. That video is on our channel if you want to check that out. Good boy, Raichu. Good job. You're so smart. You are so smart. Good boy. These guys I do think make pretty good pets. You just have to make sure again that you have a lot of climate control. But they are very smart. They're trainable. They're handleable. They aren't quite the best for kids. They can be a little bit nibbly for children. So if you do have kids, I would suggest maybe older children versus younger children. For younger children, I would do more like rabbits and guinea pigs instead of Raichu here, who is a chinchilla. Oh, I'm so sorry I scared you. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm so sorry I hit that. I'm going to check his hay, and that looks good. His water also looks good. So he is good to go. All right. Last but not least in our mammal room is going to be a nocturnal species. If you guys have any comments during this live stream, let me know as well. And I can do my very best to answer that for you. I am a zoologist, so I obviously study zoo animals. Okay, so this is our sugar gliders. So we have water over here. It's filtered water and it looks good. So we're good there. This I don't really love. This is a safety issue. So I'm going to actually pull this off. That's better. Just in case, you never know. They're pretty agile, but you just never know with them. Okay, so let's see if I can show you them. Okay. They're all tucked in here. Hello, good morning. So these guys are obviously nocturnal. It's just showing me a butt. Here's a tail. Oh, can I have it? Oh, thank you for the tail. You can see a little face coming out. Hopefully you guys can see it. Maybe I'll try to get you guys closer here. I'll pull them out. Oh, that's hard to pull out. Hang on. I'm going to try and get you guys a little closer. Okay. Hopefully you can see him in there now. That is Tim. We have Tim and Tam. Oh, there's Tam's little face coming out. Hi, guys. Good morning. Are you guys hungry? Yeah. They actually will usually eat at night. So I'm just going to preload their food for them. And then they'll probably come out later. They're so cute. Sorry. Okay. So I think I got this back. So I'm going to pull their old produce bowls from yesterday. So that's these two, and I will actually go through and wash these later. They like chew up their food, and they're hilarious. They're also not going to get the frozen fruit just because obviously by the time that they go to eat it, it will not be frozen anymore. So what we're going to do instead for their enrichment, we're going to give them a different kind of diet today. So what I'm going to do is actually give them this. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, but I use this for my hedgehog and for my sugar gliders on food enrichment day. So I pull their normal food that they would normally get for the week and give them this because they obviously get the produce, fresh produce, and everything else throughout the rest of the week. And this has like all kinds of seeds and dried fruit and worms and stuff in it, and they love worms. So this is a great enrichment for a sugar glider, and this does provide them all the nutrients that they need for the day or the evening, I guess, since they're nocturnal species. So I'm just going to spread this around their enclosure, and we've got some boxes down here. I'm going to put some in the boxes. And then they're done. They're pretty fast. They're pretty easy. And then later on tonight, they will go and find that probably as it gets dark. All right, guys, that is my mammal room for you guys today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit. You hopefully learned a little bit. If you want to follow us over on our social medias, we are most active on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So you can find us on all four of those platforms. We also do have things like Threads and LinkedIn, Twitter, those platforms as well. You can always follow us over there. They're just not as updated as some of the other ones. But if you are traveling to Northwest Florida or the Pensacola area, you can book a tour with us. There's also donation links in the description if you guys would like to donate to our animal rescue. Again, we rescue exotic animals, train them to become ambassadors for their species, and then do outreach programs like tours, libraries, camps, birthdays with all of our rescued animals. So if you guys have any questions, I always give free animal care advice as well. You can reach out via email. That is also in the description. So we will see you guys next time on a real-time animal rescue. Bye, guys.